Shalom. I'd like to start this lesson by saying Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Racha Kadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and to the hopeful elect pushing his word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth. This lesson is going to be titled The Trouble of Jacob. Give me a second. Right, because Jacob's trouble has started, if you're not aware, and it's very serious, very, very serious. Most people are not even aware that Jacob's trouble has started. Most people are not even aware that we're in Revelations. They still think we're in the Old Testament. Jeremiah 15. Actually, Slocky, we're going to go to Daniel 12:1. Daniel 12:1, and at that time shall Michael, the archangel, stand up the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. So Michael, right, the archangel, right, the angel, one of the Most High's top angels, right. It's gonna be a time, which is the trouble it's referring to as Jacob's trouble, And when it says that time thy people shall be delivered, yeah, he's the archangel for Israel because he's a power of Israel, right? But he's not coming to deliver the 2/3. He's coming to deliver the elect, right? So those are the people that are going to be delivered, because Israel's going to come back through the elect anyways. So if the elect are safe, Israel's safe. Everyone that should found in the book, right? But it's time of trouble. Now the time of trouble is already here. It's already here. Now the Maxims have started. So that's when Jacob's trouble has started. Then within Jacob's trouble is going to be our temptation. Then that's when they bring the chip, right? They're like, oh yeah, we got this chip, boom, boom, yeah, whatever. However, the Most High is going to put you in a scenario to be through the hour of temptation. It's going to be different for every brother, but nonetheless, you're going to be presented with a chip, because every brother's going to be coming out of different lots, right? So we're going to go to Exodus 32, start at 31. Exodus 32 and 31, and Moses returned unto the Lord Yahweh and said, oh, this people have sinned a great sin, and have made them gods of gold. Right? So wow. After the Most High, Yahweh, took the people, the Israelites, Israel, our people, us, out of Egypt, a place where they were slaves, going through hell, He saved them through the Pharaoh. He just smited his army. And these, you're wicked. That's all I'm saying. They still made gods out of gold. They melted the gold and made gods out of them. It's like, what the heck is wrong with you? After everything he's done for you, right? You went and did that? Oh, and I'm saying it it was us. We were there. I was there. We were all there during that time. So we did it. That's why we went through our hell. But it's just wow. Right? And wow. It's just, I'm just getting a little angry about it because it's just crazy. The Most High did all that for you. He showed you all his power. And yet you still go back and then praise these gods. It's crazy. Right? That's why he said what he said in the next verse. Yet now, if thou will forgive, or this is Moses, yet now, if thou will forgive their sin, And if not, blot me, I pray thee, out of thy book which thou hast written. So Moses was so righteous, he's like, just forgive them, please. But blot me out of the book, but forgive them. Wow. To even say that, that's crazy. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses, whosoever has sinned against me, him will I blot out of my book. Right? So whoever sins against him, that's who he's going to blot out of the book. Right? And he said this back then. So how much more apparent, if that's the right word, is it right now? Okay? So the ones that are sinning against the Most High right now, and they know they're sinning against the Most High, he said back then that he will blot them out of the book. And the book he's referring to is the book of life. So if you're sinning against the Most High right now, you think you're going to be saved because of whatever demented dream you had in your mind, right? If it's not in the book, like the prophecy where it's saying you will be saved, right? Because our scenarios exceptions, but that's a whole different conversation. But if you're sinning against the Most High, right, and you think you're going to be saved, then I'm sorry to tell you that's not what's going to happen, right? Right? And let's go first to, and I'm saying this because of the Israelites, right, that are willfully sinning against the Most High, right? You tell them that you're not supposed to eat pork, but they're eating pork. You tell them you're not supposed to eat shrimp, but they're eating shrimp. Or you tell them that you're not supposed to be having, you're not supposed to be sleeping with your buddy's wife, but they go do it anyways. Or your buddy's girlfriend or whatever, they go do it anyways. You tell them you're not supposed to be a homosexual, still stay a homosexual. You tell them you're not supposed to be a lesbian, you're still staying a lesbian, right? You tell them that the Most High's name is Yahweh and the Son's name is Yahweh Shai, yet they keep calling them Jehovah and Jesus Christ, right? You tell them that you're an Israelite, but they keep calling themselves African Americans or African Canadians or whatever African they are, right? So doing that is going against the Most High. So like they're sinning against the Most High, right? So like he said, he says he'll blot them out of the book, right? And if he says he's going to do it, he's going to do it. Then said the Lord, Jeremiah 15:1, then said the Lord Yahweh unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people, right? Cast them out of my sight and let them go forth. Yeah, the Most High said that. That's how angry he was with Israel back then. So how much more angry is he with Israel right now? Because it says wickedness has multiplied on the earth since those times. Really, since Eve. That's when wickedness started growing. And then when Esau came into power, then it multiplied. Disappeared like the Flash. If you know the Flash from DC Comics, that's how fast. Just spread like a virus, like a cancer, right? But the Most High, that's how mad he is with Israel. And it shall come to pass, and the whole planet, because they're wicked too, but more obviously with Israel, because those are his chosen people. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, such as are for death, to death, and such as are for the sword, to the sword, and such as are for the famine, to the famine, and such as are for the captivity, to the captivity. And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord Yahweh, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. Right? It's because they don't listen. Right? Because they didn't listen to him. They keep sinning. I showed you an example when they came out of Egypt. They came out of Egypt out of that great tribulation, and what did they do? They melted out the gold to make a idol so they can worship it over the Most High. After the Most High just showed his power delivering out of Egypt. That's why he said this, because he just had enough. He's like, yeah, you're gonna be destroyed. You guys need to go. right? And I will appoint over them 4 kinds, saith the Lord Yahweh, the sword to slay, and the dogs to tear, and the fowls of the heaven, and the beasts of the earth to devour and destroy. Because Jacob's trouble, like, it's going to be messed up, right? It's not just the Maxians, right? People are going to die from that, right? There's going to be wars, race wars. The Purge, if you watch the Purge movie, that's going to happen. That's real. All this stuff is real. They're telling you what's going to happen before it happens, right? Animals are going to come out to watch. The zoo animals are going to start attacking people, birds, everything. It's going to be chaos, right? Right. But Jacob's trouble is that's why the elect are going to get tried first, right? So during Jacob's trouble and all this stuff, the elect are going to be tried, go through the tribulation, and then, the hour of temptation, when they get presented the chipment, then they're going to be saved, right? Then Jacob's trouble is going to continue. Then, the whole world is going to be on fire. Then, boom, the missiles go off, right? Because it's just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse till there's going to be a nuclear war. And if you're paying attention, if you can see, it's already starting to happen. The Most High is setting up the key players, to pop off this nuclear war. But we got to wait for that to happen. But I can see it through the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. I can see the nation starting to turn on the U.S., like really turn on them, make it apparent that they're against them. So go to verse 4. And I will cause them to be removed unto all kingdoms of the earth because of Manasseh, the son of Hezekiah, king of Judah, for that which he did in Jerusalem. Right, and that did happen. You got put in all the other different kingdoms as slaves and captives. Right, and this scripture is also referring to, like I said, sometimes you can use scriptures both ways, present and past. But it's referring to back then, right, when they went off, and they, we got put in different kingdoms, right? Because we died, we fell to the sword, we felt famine, right, and we're captives, right? And I read it because the same thing's gonna happen now, right? A lot of those Israelites are gonna die. A lot of them are gonna get killed by the sword, which is a new sword, is the gun. Right, they're gonna be shot. A lot of them are gonna experience famine, lack of bread. Right, and a lot of them are gonna be captives because they're gonna be put in these internment camps. Right, or put locked up in jail. Verse 5: For who shall have pity upon thee, O Jerusalem? Or who shall bemoan thee? Or who shall go aside to ask how thou doest? Right, no one's gonna do it. No one's gonna to have mercy and pity on Israel, right, and Jacob's trouble. That's when Most High, he warned you. He told you what's gonna happen. You didn't listen. Gave you a chance. You didn't listen. That's it. He's not here to pity you. He's not gonna come to your rescue. Nothing. That's it. He's done with you, right? You need to face your judgment. The only good thing is that Israel's gonna come back through the elect, so they will come back, and they'll be ashamed for what they did. But they'll come back. But during this time, they're going to catch their judgment. Right? Thou hast forsaken me, saith the Lord Yahweh. Thou art gone backward. Therefore will I stretch out my hand against thee and destroy thee. I am weary with repenting. Right? Yeah, he's going to stretch out his hand. He's going to force that judgment. And his hand on the right-hand side is his sword. Right, through Satan, and Satan uses these Edomites, who has a blessing of the sword, to inflict Yahweh's judgment. So that's what Jacob's trouble is all about, right? And I will fan them with a fan in the gates of the land, and I will bereave them of children. I'll destroy my people, since they return not from their ways. Yeah, the Most High is going to destroy them, right? It's going to cause chaos. Right, it's gonna instigate shit. To start trouble, right? Terrorize, right? Slakia. So we're gonna go to Jeremiah 30. Just read 7. Jeremiah 30 and 7. Alas, for the day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Right? And it's referring to the elect. The elect will be saved out of Jacob's trouble, not Jacob, not all of Israel. All of Israel has to stay there and catch their judgment because they didn't listen. They didn't fear the Most High. They didn't turn from their ways. They weren't rejoice in his name. They didn't praise Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. They didn't try to follow the statute of commandments to the best of their ability, right? They weren't on the highways and byways. They weren't making videos, right? They weren't doing any of that. So that's for that reason, the Most High is going to pick his elect, because elect were the ones that they're going through the fire. They're being tested. You know, he was sending demons at them, and they're still standing strong and still pushing the word to the best of their ability. Those are the ones he wants, right? Because he put them through the fire, right? Right? Zechariah 13 and 9. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined. He was refining them through that fire, right? Because all of Israel was going through hell. It wasn't just it's not just the elect that are going through hell. The only difference is that the elect are going through the hell, going through the fire, but they're keeping the law, statute, commandments to the best of their ability. They're being righteous to the best of their ability that they possibly can, right? They're constantly working on themselves. They're constantly trying to get better and grow in the spirit, right? They're constantly trying to please the Most High, please Yahweh, and Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, right? That's why those are his precious ones. Because he looks at them, he sees, wow, you're going through, because he's testing you all the time. And he's like, wow, you're going through this, but you're constantly working. You're still grinding, you're still pushing, you're still trying to do the work, still making your videos, whatever it is that you have to be doing, you're still doing it. And he sees those ones, and then he looks at the other Israelites that are eating pork, eating shrimp, sleeping with their best friend's woman, right? While they're still together, being homosexuals, being whatever, And he looks at them, he's like, yeah, obviously I like this guy. I like this guy more than I like that guy. Right? Because faith without works is dead. So that other one might believe in the Most High, who knows, but he has no works to back it up on top of it. So he's dead to the Most High. Right? And will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call, and he's going to try you. He's going to put you to the fire. He's going to test you, constantly test you all the time. Constantly test you, whether it's spiritually test you or physically test you, or at the same time with both. He's constantly testing you, constantly refining you, constantly testing you, constantly refining you, constantly getting rid of the impurities in you that you've collected during your time in this world, right, before you come into the truth. Right? Or even when you're still in the truth, the things you have to ward off, the wicked demons that come try to jump on you, right? You're constantly going through it, but that's making you stronger in the spirit. It's making you more diligent. You're studying more. You're learning more. You're growing, right? Right? You're becoming pure. You're purifying yourself through the power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, of course. Right? And I will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. And this is the reason why the elect won't take the maxi and they won't take the chip, because they've been constantly being tried. They're constantly being tested and tried and refined and purified before Jacob's trouble even started, from whenever they came into the truth, right? And really from the beginning, because they were here in the beginning, but they were constantly being tried. So they're ready for this test. Right? They're ready for the hour of temptation, because they went to the classes, they went to the exam review, they did all the homework on what's going to be on the exam, examples of what's going to be on the exam. They did all the homework, they did all the tests, the pre-tests, they did all the, all the studying. They did all of it to the best of their ability. Right? So when it comes to the hour of temptation, the test, they're ready for it, right? That's why they are the elect, the elected ones, right? The creme de la creme, right? Just like, you have professional athletes, only a certain percentage of athletes make it to the pros because they're the ones that did more than what the other ones did. They went the extra mile, right? They're just different, right? They did more than whatever the average Joe's doing because they're afraid, because they know if they don't make it, it's life or death. If they don't make it, they can't pay their bills. You have no idea what their situation is, but maybe they have to pay their bills. This is the only way for them to survive, right? It's because that fear. That's why fear is a really strong motivator. And that's the fear when you're in the world. And then you're in the truth, it's totally different. It's even more, right? I know that experience about the pros because I was a professional athlete. So I know how I was back then, right? I made it to the pros because I was afraid. Because I didn't have any other option. I was all in, right? This is all in. I'm doing this. Like, I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there. If I have to train for 8 hours, I'm going to train for 8 hours, right? If I have to make sure all my eating's on point, I'm eating healthy, whatever, so my body can function properly, I'm going to do that, right? If I have to watch film on, my opponent, I have to do that, right? So I kind of took that mentality to the truth, right? Because now this is a spiritual thing, but the studying, working on your craft, constantly refining yourself, everyone's spirit's different. I just love doing that. But it's a process of refining yourself, right? But the Most High is he's the one that's refining you. You're not doing it yourself. You just have to thank, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that he's actually doing that for you. He's working on you. And all you have to do is, the only way to thank him is by doing his work. He's pleased by that. Right? They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord is my power. Right? And only the elect are going to do that. Only the elect are going to do that. Let's go to Isaiah 26 and 20. It's like I didn't mean to go on a rant, but I am excited. I'm very excited because we're almost out of here. I can see what's happening. We're almost out of here. And the big test is coming. But we're also going to have a test before the big test, which is the Maxine. Isaiah 26 and 20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers and shut the doors about thee. Hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpassed. Right? And when this happens is when you're in the chariots, because you go into the chambers, which is the chariots, and you shut the doors behind you, right? And indignation is that righteous indignation, that righteous anger, which the Most High is going to be inflicting on the planet through his sword, which is Esau, right? But through the technology, which are the ICBM missiles, so everyone's going to catch those missiles, the guns, everything like that, right? And we're going to be saved through Yahweh Shai within chariots. So we're going to sit there and watch as the indignation passes. Right? Yep. So that was it on that. That was the last scripture. Like I said, Jacob's trouble is real. It's not a game. It's not it's not a fairy tale. It's real and it's already started. So if you're thinking that we're not in Jacob's trouble, Jacob's trouble is not going to happen, or Jacob's trouble has already happened, you're delusional, and you need to understand that it's happening right now. You're already in the middle of it. So I hope this lesson was edifying, to the hopeful elect. I like to close out by saying, Ka halal Yahweh, Ba Hashem Yahushai, Ba Hashem Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the apostle of the great millstone, and to the hopeful elect pushing his word in truth and sincerity across the four corners of the earth, death and destruction to his wicked kingdom, and the 2/3 as well. Kwam Yasharallah, Abal Dabal. Shalom.